Years ago, we're talking, I want to say probably 2007, I came across a video on the internet. It was a compilation of some of the worst acting in the history of film. We had Silent Night, Deadly Night 2,
Garbage Day!
The Room,
I'm tired, I'm wasted, I love you, darling.
Troll 2,
Oh my god!
amongst others. But I seem to recall Killer Klowns from Outer Space being included in one of these compilations. I had never seen the movie, but based on what I was seeing, I couldn't help but wonder, what the hell is going on in this picture? Today's movie is indeed the aforementioned Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Does this movie really feature some of the worst acting of all time? What exactly is the plot here? And why has this strange, low-budget horror film from 1988 become so popular over the years? Today, we'll talk all about it. Welcome to Scream Sequence, razor-sharp reviews of your favorite creepy classics. Every video here on 616 Entertainment is made possible by my supporters over on Patreon. If you enjoyed the show here today, consider signing up. You'll get early access, exclusive videos and podcasts, and more. Pro Wrestling Tees has the merch. As always, thank you for watching. What appears to be a shooting star falls out of the sky, crash landing in the middle of the woods, attracting the attention of several townspeople. This old man and his dog are the first to the site, but there's no fallen star here, no meteorite. Instead, they find a circus tent, and the shit hits the fan immediately.
This thing is wired!
Mike and Debbie are the next to arrive, and they find their way inside. They quickly realize that this circus tent isn't what it seems.
This is no fun house.
The shooting star we went to go look for, we are in it!
Joe Lombardo.
Look, this movie's ridiculous. What do these clowns want? Well, I think they want what any of us want. Good food and a good time. Unfortunately for human beings, to them, we are good food. And torturing and killing us seems to be their idea of a good time. They'll wrap you up in a cotton candy looking cocoon and suck the blood out of your liquefied corpse with a silly straw. That's awesome. Hey, did you know that this is how many spiders eat? They wrap their prey to immobilize them. They inject a venom that turns the prey's guts into mush, and they suck the insides out like a slushie. Man, spiders are awesome. As a matter of fact, during the last episode where I had to watch Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, this guy came to hang out, and then I found this guy outside. Yes, these interactions with spiders were better than that movie. Anyway, things get worse and worse to the point that the clowns are taking over the entire town. Debbie is captured. Mike has to team up with these goofball brothers and handsome cop guy Dave to infiltrate the ship and make the save. Clownzilla arrives, a gigantic monster who's stronger than shit, and it appears that the brothers are killed. Dave sacrifices himself so that Mike and Debbie can escape.
Come on! They're taking off!
But it turns out that our trio of goofballs are just fine. Everything is alright, the world is saved when, whoops! I don't think we've seen the last of these killer clowns. Except we had seen the last of these killer clowns. Despite talks of a sequel carrying on for nearly 35 years now, never once have these clowns ever revisited our planet. The Chiodos brothers. Yeah, I guess we should probably talk about the guys who made this movie. They've thrown around the idea of a sequel movie, of 3 sequel movies, of a TV series, and none of it has ever come to be. And maybe that's for the best. Movies like this cannot be made today. This level of prosthetic makeup and low-budget practical effects, it wouldn't be like this. Just by the nature of evolution, it would not look or feel the same, so I don't really mind that we've never gotten a sequel. It should be mentioned that there is a practically brand new video game based on the property. A video game that I haven't played yet because asymmetrical multiplayer games aren't really my style, but fuck it, I'll have to check it out eventually. How could I not? I mentioned that I was introduced to this movie through a compilation of awful acting, and sure, there is plenty of that here.
Hey, what are you guys trying to pull here?
It's a beautiful night. We were walking around. We didn't do nothing.
But you didn't say anything about parking. What kind of girls do you think we are?
Excuse me.
And they say we're crazy. So?
But you are not watching a movie like this for high-level acting, are you? No, you're watching for the effects, for the gags. The invisible car? Come on. And yes, they really pulled this effect off. It's just a little bit of tricky editing to hide the rig that the clown actor is sitting on. The party horn deal that unfurls into a hand to choke the cop. Get out of here. The living popcorn that sprouts into these horrible things. Great. This dude gets pied to death. And you know what's really the cherry on top? This is the cherry on top. The popcorn gun was a real working device that the Chiodos brothers outsourced to another designer. It wound up costing over $7,000 to create, and they've said they regret it. Why? Because they could have made it themselves for about $150. And that's what I love about these guys. This is their movie from top to bottom. They directed it, they wrote it, they produced it, they built the props, they designed the sets. This is what it's all about. Look at this, man. Look at this. If you're not in based on these visuals alone, I don't know what to tell you other than we are not the same. Also, these ice cream brothers are distracted by clowns who may or may not be female. It seems like they're inflating fake boobs in the moment, so they're most likely male and they're tricksters. But what is male or female? I mean, they're not even human, you know? And yes, these ice cream brothers definitely fucked them. Hey man, I don't know. That's their business. Killer Klowns from Outer Space released on May 27th, 1988. With a tiny, tiny budget of just $1.8 million, this film has reportedly grossed over $43 million in theaters. I believe this number is made up of a ton of re-releases and special showings, but I'm not really sure. The information does not seem readily available. It certainly wasn't that big of a hit at the time of its release, but a hit is what it is now. This is the definition of a cult classic. Universal runs Killer Klowns as a haunted house at their parks. What was once a tiny, borderline hidden little horror movie is now a legend. I mean, that's exactly what it is. No exaggeration. I've seen this movie no fewer than 10 times, and every single time I watch it, I love it. I don't believe in guilty pleasures. If I like something, I just like it, openly. I don't give a fuck if it's something I'm supposed to like or not. And let me be clear, there is not an ounce of irony in my enjoyment of this movie. At just 88 minutes long, you got nothing to lose. Killer Klowns from Outer Space is fucking awesome. Even if you've already seen it, watch it again.
Holy shit!
Believe it.
Oh, there it is, Dan Dans. That was fun. That was a good time, but next time we're gonna get a little darker. We're gonna get a little more serious. I think it's time for Pulse.